stars, and that's who we are. We are voices. There's nothing to fear. Explode in your rear. Feel our voices.
Ow!
Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah, I looked up and Mike's glasses almost fell off, and that disrupted my explosion. So I think I pulled something. Try to explode and laugh at the same time, kids. Don't do it. Oy vey. Cool.
Like a sneeze fart.
Yeah, that's, blow your O-ring out. Don't do that. Oh, man. So Voice of the Republic is back. This is Ed.
Mike.
Carl.
We gave up on last names.
Business.
Last
Business.
Business. Business.
You will address me as Mr. Seaman.
Last night on I can't remember. It was a cartoon, and it was people talking. It was like a marketing team, and they were talking about how to sell Kleenex and who to sell it to. And one of the guys was like, "Hey man, look, seriously, like 80% of our Kleenex is used for sperm, and then the 20% is for nonsensical crying. This isn't about colds." And the guy's like, "Yeah, but it's winter." And he's like, "I said 80% sperm, 20% nonsensical crying."
Oh man, that is that's probably truer than we need to know.
Not on my account.
It just always reminds me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, so "Are those happy tissues or sad tissues?"
Or dream catchers.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But speaking of Jason Segel from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, he's actually partially responsible for the big influx of Muppet content that's been coming out the past 4 or 5 years. So
that is a fact, and I finally just got to watch his effort, The Muppets. And I did, at first when I was watching, I'm like, The Muppets what? Like, there's always been The Muppets Take Manhattan, The Muppet Movie, The Muppet this. I'm like, The Muppets. But yeah,
it was a reboot.
well, you know, that's the beautiful thing about it, though, was it wasn't really a reboot. I'd call it more like a relaunch. You know.
Definitely relaunch.
Because they acknowledge everything, and it's literally all in universe. Like the Muppet Show was in universe, like the movies were in universe, and they all really happened, you know, and like all the characters are still there, and you know, I thought it was really well done. Like it's really seemed like it was a loving endeavor where the people involved really loved all the old stuff. So.
Yeah, and not to totally make it. I don't know. I felt some things were a little contrived in the 2011 movie effort. Like they just tried to pull heartstrings or make you laugh a little much. But one of my favorite things about it, however, not enough original music. Where it seemed like the old movies had mostly original music. This relied on, for some reason, a lot of 80s stuff, and especially one of the all-time worst. And you know me, I love 80s, and I love a lot of crappy 80s music.
Mm-hmm.
But we built this city on rock and roll will make me punch things in a heartbeat. It gets me more upset than anything, than Guantanamo. I'm serious.
Yeah.
And here they're all singing it in this big, like, let's work together number, and I'm like, fast forward. I don't care.
Well, I mean, but it's a montage, so you have to have a really cheesy 80s song for a montage.
No, write a song.
It's a rule, man. It's a rule. It's a rule in movies.
They had a montage. They declared montage. They had a montage. I wanted, like a work together, like a movie ride-along type song.
But they did have lots of really good original music in that movie, though. You have to give it credit.
Great stuff. I was trying to. I wanted more.
Well, I was going to say, it sounded like you were shitting on it, actually, Ed.
Well, let's rewind. Let's watch the previous first 2 minutes right here.
Ed, it did sound as though you went from digging it to hating it.
No, I only like to be clear. Let me be clear.
No.
I-
See, you're not allowed to change your position because changing your position in America is bad. We've
Oh,
had this
I'm
discussion.
sorry. Yeah, my bad. It sucked a dick. Big gonzo dick.
But I'm sorry, not to completely derail you now, since we already have. But the one reason I love the music in it is they actually got one of the guys from Fly the Conchords to co-write all the music.
Brilliant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Brett from Fly the Conchords. He actually
Brett.
so
Brett.
yeah,
Brett.
Brett.
Mike, what's going on over there?
I was looking at Ultra Magnus.
Okay. I thought you wanted to go down to like Muppet level. Put your head down here.
I was waiting for a puppet to pop up.
No Muppets.
Yeah, in general, I would say as a relaunch and kind of like jumpstart the franchise again, I think it's been successful as far as I could tell.
Mhm.
I mean,
I could tell you that for a long time there at the Disney Studios, the Muppet Pavilion, the Muppet Land, like all the Disney parks, everything's sort of separated into sort of sections and lands. It's organized, but that was a beautiful. It's like probably one of the coolest and prettiest places there, but one of the like, ooh, like you walk in and you walk into like the center area where the big Miss Piggy fountain is, and there's no one else there. You could bang somebody there.
yeah, you could in theory.
Yeah. Bang.
And that's also where they had the Muppet Theater, right? And they had the Muppet Experience sort of thing where you went in, it was 3D, and they had bubbles and all that stuff.
Yeah, they take every cheap pot shot, like, hey, what is that you're wearing? And then there's like like a hook and ladder will like crash to the wall, and then you get this ladder kind of like
Yeah. But it's the Muppets, so they can get away with it, If it's,
Right.
a drama who are like, have you seen the evidence, sir? That's just sticking these things in your face. Like, in the 50s. Dumb.
What stinks about it is that you go in there and it's empty. It's an empty theater.
Yeah, because it's like you and like 5 other people.
Yeah.
Well, when I first went in high school, it was there was still a line outside. You still had to wait for it. But that was like 91. But I went to school near there, and we'd take trips to Orlando. So by the time I graduated in '96, already just pretty much walking the theater. Still a great show, still a great building. Everything had faces drawn on it. It was whimsical, but you're like, oh.
Yeah, because when I went, it would have been like 97 is when I went down there, 96, 97, about that time. And the only thing we had to wait for was we just had to wait for the first show to end. There was a show ahead of us, and like there was no real waiting in line. It wasn't like, oh man, this show's full now, so everyone else has to wait till the next one. It's like you have like maybe 10, 15 people in line with you, which was really sad. But I mean, I guess there's like just a lot of stuff going on there, and thinking back at the MGM Studios, I don't remember waiting in line for a lot of stuff except for the Tower of Terror. I think was the only thing I had to wait in line for the entire day. So I think even Star Tours I almost walked right onto it. And this was during spring break, so.
Yeah. Well, that was, the still kind of the quote-unquote dark times for Star Wars. It wasn't really rebooted yet. It was kind of, everything was taken for granted.
Yeah.
And that park blows. And that park sucks.
I love that park. I'm a nostalgic movie guy, so I love that park.
It's no Universal Studios. Let me say that.
No.
Because Universal Studios, they have people on like just out there selling shooters, and you're just like, yeah, I'll take a shooter.
Yeah. In fact,
Can I see your ID? Can I see your ID? No, I'm only 14, sir.
Well, don't tell anyone.
I left it in my car, sir.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, didn't they resurrect the Muppet Show late '90s?
The
I
show.
thought or was Muppets Tonight?
Man, Muppets Tonight. And the reason I remember that was because Tony Bennett was on it, and I was a big Tony Bennett fan at the time because that was after MTV Unplugged, where he did Tony Bennett Unplugged.
Ah, yes.
And I was like, Tony Bennett and the Muppets? whoa! So it blew my mind.
Yeah.
Tony Bennett was kind of one of those type of Muppet guests, though.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And I think that was one thing, like something we could talk about real quick here before we wrap it up for today. But Muppets, man, did they have great guests? You know, like on the Muppet Show and even Muppet Tonight when they relaunched, they had I remember Garth Brooks was a big guest that they had on there, and that was a great show. And you know, back in the day, they'd have like people like Elton John, and they even had the Star Wars show where they had like Mark Hamill and the guys come on and everything. And
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that in the next segment.
okay.
I'm gonna go get more to drink.
Well, the thing is, this is kind of one of the appeals of the Muppets, which is kind of strange, is they left themselves out on the fringe far enough to the point where you could have the Star Wars characters come onto the show, you could have Tony Bennett, you could have some television pop star like the girl who Lindsay Wagner, but then you could also have Pantera. It would be perfectly. Yeah. It would be perfectly okay for Pantera to come onto the show, or the guys from Anthrax, and then sit down, and it would just look so natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All walks of entertainment were welcome, and for the most part, everybody was given really funny stuff to say or do. So everybody won on the Muppet Show.
It was kind of like Saturday Night Live with puppets. You know, it's like it was really like an embracing of culture and humor and entertainment. Like it's funny because like how it works, like it was in an old movie theater, like an old stage theater, or like vaudeville and stuff like that. It really did have a vaudeville vibe. They bring people in and like they perform and they'd entertain. You know, like musical guests would do skits and like then entertainers would do musical bits. And you know, it's like it was just whatever you want to do. You come on, you'd entertain. And
it was a variety show. It was a classic variety show.
It really was.
Never took itself seriously, and I think that was part of it. I mean, you can't take yourself seriously as a puppet show, but in a way that, like you said, it was a show about Muppets putting on performances in a theater where they're just lucky to get it together. We just have to do a half hour, and it's so hard. Someone didn't show up. This is broken. This guy flew through the roof. You know, something's always going wrong, and Kermit's at his wit's end.
Oh, Miss Piggy's not coming out of her dressing room now.
Stuff like that,
Someone's prettier is here now.
And remember what that show was up against as far as competition. Like, it was up against, I remember specifically watching The Gong Show and then The Muppets, or it was up against the Circus of the Stars, or That's Incredible. And then the Muppets. So, like, it was up against garbage anyway.
Making it one of the best things on television.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that said, the bell rings, and there we go. Bye.
Right on. Bye. Cool.
Bye, bitches.
Well, speaking of the best shows on television, how about the best show on YouTube and iTunes and Stitcher? These guys right here.
That's right.
If you like our show, if you caught us, you have something to say, go to vorradio.com. We have all of our contact information there. You can contact us at voiceofrep@gmail.com for emails. Send us your MP3s, your waves, or your just text emails. Or you can call us on the Republicon. Open 24/7, 2-minute limit, 407-409-8749. Give us a call, leave a voicemail, and it'll get on the show.
Absolutely. We will play your message, and we are ready to believe you.
Yes.
Now, in case you hate Muppets or you hate the three of us, maybe you'll be here next week. I'm going to go ahead and diddle this in front of your face. But we will be joined by one Trace Ballou, perhaps you know him as Dr. Clayton Forrester of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yes.
Who's laughing now?
I've been sitting on that for like, 3 months now, and I've just been like, can I tell him now? 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 And it's like, now we're like a week away, and like, I'm like, it's all coming together. I can finally tell people. I'm so excited.
Once you confirm, it's good. So, yeah, be here. I'm stoked. I don't know what to say. I'm such a big fan.
Yeah, and we're going to be opening up a thread on the Facebook group for you to ask questions, because I don't know how much time we're going to have with them, so we might not be able to get too many questions in. But if you go to the Facebook group in the next couple days, I'm going to be opening up a thread there so you can ask questions. We'll go through them, pick out a couple. If we have time, we'll go ahead and ask them on the air. So.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, until tomorrow, we're going to be back with more Muppet talk. So we'll see you on the other side, and may the Force
Be with.
That ass. Muppet arms! Yeah!